السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته طلاب الأعزاء طلاب الفرقة الثالثة بالمجمع التكنولوجي المتكامل بالأميرية. أهلا وسهلا بكم جميعا في محاضرة من محاضرات مادة التكنيكال English مع الدكتور بدر عبد الفتاح. Today's lesson will be about computer viruses. I'm sure that this lesson will be very interesting for everyone. I'm sure also that you have strong background about computer viruses, so today it's a good opportunity for every one of us to check his or her own information about the topic, as well as to enhance and add more information, more knowledge and more vocab to the topic on computer viruses. Let's start. So my first question here is, what do you know about computer viruses? So as I told you before, I'm sure that you have much knowledge about computer viruses, but we need to enhance, increase, and add to our information knowledge on computer viruses. And the most important point is to learn more vocab on this topic. So I'd like you to start now with watching a video about the difference or the different types of computer viruses. Let's watch it together.
Viruses, worms, trojans, and bots are all part of a class of software called malware. The overwhelming majority of malware is created to make money illegally, often by stealing sensitive and confidential information from victims' computers and mobile devices. Malware can also be used for cyber vandalism, cyber espionage, hacktivism, cyber warfare, and various other reasons. Malware can make entry onto your computer via questionable file downloads, visiting infected websites, or through email containing a seemingly benign link or attachment. Common types of malware. Viruses. Almost all viruses are attached to an executable file, which means the virus may exist on a system but will not spread until a user opens the infected program. Viruses often originate on the internet and spread when downloading a file infected with a virus, peer-to-peer file sharing, or email attachment. Trojan. A Trojan is a harmful piece of software that looks legitimate. Users are typically tricked into leading and executing it on their systems. Trojans can not only steal your sensitive data, they can also give cyber crooks access to your system. Trojans are employed to gain access to your computer's financial and personal information. Ransomware. Ransomware holds your PC hostage and demands money. It locks up your computer, threatening to destroy data, demanding ransom or a payment for release of your data, files, or to regain the ability to use your computer again. Spyware. Spyware secretly gathers private information about the user activity, such as internet usage, and logs keystrokes via the process of keylogging to steal passwords and other sensitive data. Worms. Worms can replicate themselves and infect multiple computers on a network, causing major damage. Network worms often use computer networks to spread, slowing down traffic and relying on security failures such as outdated operating systems and no antivirus programs installed. In contrast, viruses require the spreading of an infected host file. Worms are a standalone software and do not require a host or human help to spread. The best way to protect your system from malware is to keep your operating system clean by downloading regular patches, updates, and making sure that your computer is protected by the latest antivirus software from a trusted vendor.
Okay, so in this video we're talking about what? We're talking about different types of viruses and malwares. We're talking about viruses, we're talking about Trojans, which steals your own data, and we're talking about what we call ransomware, which destroy your data, and spyware, which is dealing with your own private data, like stealing your passwords and such stuff. And also in this video we talked about worms. Now this is a good beginning for our topic on computer viruses. In this topic we are going to focus on specific types of viruses and the different features of computer viruses. So we have here computer viruses. This is our topic today, lesson number 7. So a computer virus is an illegal and potentially damaging computer program designed to infect other software by attaching itself to any software it contacts. In many cases, virus programs are designed to damage computer systems maliciously by destroying or corrupting data. If the infected software is transferred or accessed by another computer system, the virus spread to the other system. So here is just a kind of an introduction about the lesson, an introduction to the topic on computer viruses. And of course, as you see, the definition is clear. It's illegal, damaging computer program which is designed to infect your own software by attaching itself to any software it contacts. And of course, here we are talking about the design of the viruses which they seek to damage computer systems in a very harmful way, and this is done by destroying, corrupting your data. And in the previous video we're talking about different types of data that can be infected by the different types of viruses, like the Trojan one, which is used to steal your own data, your own passwords and your own accounts. And if the infected software is transferred to or accessed by another computer system through a kind of a flash drive, for example, or a CD or some stuff like that, the virus spread to the other systems. Let's move on. Viruses have become a serious problem in recent years, and currently thousands of known virus programs exist. Viruses can be categorized as boot sector viruses, file viruses, and the Trojan horse viruses. A boot sector virus infects the boot program used to start the system. When the infected boot program executes, the virus is loaded into the computer's memory. Once a virus is in the memory, it can spread to any floppy disk inserted into the computer. The second type of virus, a file virus, inserts a viral code into program files. The virus then spreads to any program that accesses the infected file. A Trojan horse virus, named after a Greek myth, hides within or is designed to look like a legitimate program. So we do have so much details here. So we're talking about viruses in general, which have been spread recently. Okay, now we are talking about viruses. Everyone is talking about viruses. Whenever you have like a computer or a flash drive, you ask the other person whether the flash drive has viruses or not, whether your own laptop, your computer device has viruses or not. So we have been asking more questions on viruses, and this means that the viruses are spreading every day. So in recent years, and currently we do have like thousands of known virus programs exist. So if I ask you a question about the names or the different names of the virus programs that you know, of course there are thousands of them. So we have, according to this paragraph, we have three different categories, three different classifications of viruses. The first one is called boot sector viruses, and the second one is called file viruses, and the third one is called the Trojan horse viruses. And in this paragraph we have different explanation for each one of them. For example, here we have the boot sector virus, which infects the boot program used to start the system, and we have the other type, which is the second type, which is called the file virus, which is affects our program files. Okay, and such file viruses can spread from one program to another program. And we have the most serious one, which is called the Trojan horse. And why do we call it a Trojan horse virus? Because it's named after سمي على اسم Greek myth, أسطورة إغريقية أو يونانية. Such viruses hide within or is designed to look like a legitimate program. يعني تصميمهم أو تصميم التروجن هورس فيروسز كأنهم برامج شرعية، برامج طبيعية، وبالطريقة دي بيقدر إن هو يتسلل داخل اللابتوب. Let's move on after talking about the different types of computer viruses, the three main types according to this paragraph: the boot sector virus, and the file virus, and the Trojan horse virus. Let's move on. Some viruses interrupt processing by freezing a computer system temporarily and then displaying sounds or messages. Other viruses contain time bombs or logic bombs. A time bomb is a program that performs an activity on a particular date. A logic bomb is a program that performs an activity when a certain action occurs, such as an employee being terminated. A worm, which is similar to a virus, copies itself repeatedly until no memory or disk space remains. So that's an interesting paragraph. It talks, as you see, it talks about what? It talks about the process of the viruses to our own computer devices. We have the idea of freezing the computer system itself for a very short time or for limited time, let's say for limited time. And we do have different sounds or messages for the different viruses. Some viruses may contain like time bombs or logic bombs or just sounds or messages. And here we have the different details about such viruses. So this is the main idea of the second paragraph. Let's move on. To detect computer viruses, antivirus programs have been developed. Besides detecting viruses, antivirus programs also have utilities to remove or repair infected programs and files. Some damaged files cannot be repaired and must be replaced with uninfected backup files. Computers can best be protected by installing a virus protection software. In order to be effective, it's imperative to develop a regular plan for copying and storing important data and program files. Prior to running the virus protection software, floppy disks should be scanned using a virus scan. Since one of the most vulnerable points of entry for viruses is the internet, all programs and email messages downloaded from the internet should be checked to make sure they are virus free. So in this paragraph, as you see, we're talking about how to find out different computer viruses, how to detect them. So the best way, of course, to detect computer viruses is to have an antivirus program. Okay, so antivirus programs have different other, useful things to do besides checking or detecting computer viruses. One of its useful points is it removes or repairs infected programs and files, because in many cases some of the damaged files cannot be repaired and must be replaced. So one of the functions of such antivirus programs is to try to remove or repair infected programs and files. And then we have different other information about how to be more effective in terms of using the virus protection software, and some other information about such stuff. So this is the end of the article itself on computer viruses, and I'd like you to do an assignment. The assignment is to answer the comprehension questions on this article in your notebook, in your sheets of the article, and also we do have you have already the PDF file of the sheets. And the second task to do is to answer the questions on the synonym match. So be prepared for next lecture, because next lecture I'm going to check the answers. I'm going to address the questions, the comprehension questions, and the synonym match. But I'd like you first to start answering them before you check your answers in the next video. Thank you so much, and inshallah I'll meet you again in next videos. Bye bye.